should be fine. All right, my name's Robin O'Hara, and I'm so glad to be here with you guys. Thanks for braving the cold to come on out. Hear a little Delta blues and gospel and Piedmont blues and fingerstyle guitar to celebrate Black History Month. I want to thank the Southbridge Cultural Council for making this possible. I'm very thrilled. This is my first time in Southbridge, Mass, so I'm thrilled to be here. This is a resonator guitar. I tend to play in a lot of different tunings, as the original blues players did. And this one particular tuning is always a challenge to get to, so I thought I'd start with it. So I think I'm gonna start with a gospel tune. Operator, get me information, get me long distance, get me heaven. Well, operator, information, give me Jesus on the line. Operator, information, I wanna talk to a friend of mine. Prayer is the number, faith is the exchange, heaven is the address, and Jesus is his name. Operator, information, give me Jesus on the line. Well, operator, information, can you help me? You can, operator, information, won't you connect me to the man? Don't worry about the money, he's paid the charge. Get me through to Jesus, I'm calling from my heart. Operator, information, get me Jesus on the line. Well, operator, information, can you tell me why? Operator, information, can't you just tell me the number to call? My mama called this number when I was very small. Every time she died, I always got her call. Operator, information, give me Jesus on the line. Give me Jesus on the line. Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus on the line. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, I have a lot of guitar heroes, and some of them are also heroes of the faith. And one of them is blind Willie Johnson. He's the reason I wanted to actually learn slide guitar. I heard his tune, God Don't Never Change. And it's actually on my gospel CD. I probably won't do it tonight, but that's what made me want to learn. So I was headlining a festival in the Czech Republic, and it was when Katrina hit New Orleans. And the only TV they had was Inuit TV. Wow. Lots of Eskimos and languages I did not ever hear before in my life. But they had clips, video clips, and there was this one clip of these people having church on a Sunday morning, and there was no church. There was just rubble all around them, and they were singing this Blind Willie Johnson song. Jesus on the main line, tell him what you want. I said, Jesus on the main line, you gotta tell him what you want. Jesus on the main line, tell him what you want. You just call him up, tell him what you want. Feeling down and out, tell him what you want. I said, if you're feeling down and out, you gotta tell him what you want. If you're feeling down and out, tell him what you want. You just call him up, tell him what you want. Sick, can't get well, tell him what you want. I said, if you're sick and you can't get well, you gotta. If you're sick, can't get well, tell him what you want. You just call him up, tell him what you want. Jesus on the main line, tell him what you want. You just call him up, tell him what you want. You just call him up, tell him what you want. You just call him up. Thank you so much. And I needed a guitar with a really small neck. So this is probably the smallest neck in the history of guitars. So this song is Come Back Baby. It's more like, so in blues, there's Delta blues and there's Piedmont blues, there's Texas blues, there's Chicago blues when everyone went to the city and got horns and everything else to play with them. Texas blues tends to have it's called a dead thumb. Like that. Dead thumb. Piedmont blues has an alternating bass line in the melody. So I'm going to give you samples of all of that. And this is called Come Back Baby. Come back, baby, baby, please don't go. The way I love you, you'll never know. Hey, come back, baby, let's talk it over one more time. This old world wasn't built in a day. We could talk about it, baby, before you go away. Hey, come back, baby, one more time. Long, long train, me an engineer, took my baby far away from here. Hey, come back, baby, let's talk it over one more time. Hope that's not mine. If I could holler like a mountain jack, I'd climb a mountain, call my baby back. Hey, come back, baby, let's talk it over one more time. One of these days, it won't be long, you're gonna look for me, darling, I'll be gone. Hey, come back, baby, let's talk it over one more time. You know, if there's something that you guys really want to hear, you can request it. So if I know it, I'll play it. But I guess you have a 50-50 chance. Can only a mixture of blues and gospel in this concert. to me, they're flip sides of the same coin. I can't really separate it. In my life is filled with blues and gospel. And where did I put that tuner? So hopefully it won't feel too incongruous to you. Could have fooled me. Daddy, to your lamp down low. It takes a mighty mean man to drive a good woman from your door. Mama died and left me reckless. Papa died and left me wild. Mama died and left me reckless. Papa died and left me wild. Well, I ain't good looking, but I'm somebody's angel child. Takes a mighty mean man to do me this away. Takes a mighty mean man to do me this away. When I lay this down, pretty baby, I'm gonna stay. Once loved a man better than I've ever seen. Once loved a man better than I've ever seen. Treated me like I was a queen. He was a gosh darn king. Sister, tell your brother, brother, tell your auntie, auntie, tell your uncle, uncle, tell your cousin I'm going to the country, up country. Do you wanna go? I'm gonna take my rider, maybe one or two more. The gate left Savannah, Lord, and she could not stop. Ought to seen the fireman when the boiler got hot. Well, reach over in the corner, Dad, hand me my traveling shoes. You know that I got the Statesboro blues. Sister's got 'em, brother's got 'em, Daddy's got 'em, Lord, Mama's got 'em too. Got up this morning, having Statesboro blues. Well, I looked over in the corner, Grandma and Grandpa got 'em too. You know they got the Statesboro blues, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Originally recorded by blind Willie McTell. And he called it Statesboro Blues because that's his hometown. He recorded it in 1928, Statesboro, Georgia. And Taj Mahal made a rock blues version of it in 1963, which inspired the Allman Brothers. And actually, my version is much closer to blind Willie McTell because I'm kind of a traditional blues musician. They changed what the Allman Brothers fell in love with it, and they changed the words and shortened them, and Rolling Stone ranked their, and they added slide guitar. It was really a Piedmont blues song, and Rolling Stone ranked their version as the number 9 out of 100 blues guitar songs in the history of America. But nobody knew that it was actually blind Willie McTell.
Yeah.
So
I recognized the title, but then I was like,
yeah, it doesn't sound like, no, it sounds much more like what he did.
Okay.
Maybe not quite as good.
I think you're very good.
But yeah. I know a lot of those bands in the 60s were really based on early traditional blues players. And some of them, like the Rolling Stones, gave a lot of credit. What was that album? What was that song? The Prodigal Son. was by Reverend Robert Wilkins wrote that. And the Rolling Stones covered it, and they did a great version and gave him credit. The Cream song, I'm So Glad, that was Skip James wrote that. It's the only happy song Skip James ever wrote. He was really depressed. He always played in D minor tuning, which is a very haunting, sad tuning. If we had more time, but we don't. All right, this is one of my favorite gospel tunes. I had originally thought Mississippi John Hurt wrote this song, but I really doubt it now, because everybody did this song. I just liked his version, but this is my version of Glory, Glory, Lay My Burden Down. If you guys feel like singing, are there any singers here tonight? No. All right, never mind. Glory, hallelujah, since I laid my burden down. Glory, glory, hallelujah, since I laid my burden down. I've been feeling so much better since I laid my burden down, laid my burden down. I've been feeling so much better since I laid my burden down. Friends don't see me like they used to. Of course, I got a haircut since I laid my burden down. Friends don't see me like they used to. So laid my burden down. Glory, glory, hallelujah, since I laid my burden. Glory, glory, hallelujah, since I laid my burden down. Now, we live in a very political climate, and I'm not going to talk about that. But I'm just setting up this next verse, and politicians do something called glad handing. Okay, it's when they smile while they're lying, and then they shake everybody's hand and kiss all the babies. It's called glad handing. And there's lots of gospel songs about lying politicians glad handing, actually, but this song is talking about shaking glad hands with the angels. So it's like the real kind of glad handing. I'm gonna shake glad hands with the angels since I laid my burden down. I'm gonna shake glad hands with the angels since I laid my burden down. No more sickness, no more sorrow, since I laid my burden. No more sickness, no more sorrow, since I laid my burden down. hallelujah. Since I laid my burden down for in glory. Hallelujah. Since I laid my burden, I lay my burden now. You don't know what you're missing. It's Reverend Gary Davis, blind Reverend Gary Davis. They were all blind. What could I say? I was going to change my name to Blind Lemon Robin O'Haran. So Reverend Gary Davis was a Piedmont blues player. He was blind. He moved up to New York City, and he was a Piedmont ragtime player, and I think he was the best Piedmont blues player that ever lived, and he separated the bass line from the melody line, and he had an encounter with God, so he became a blind street gospel musician in New York City. And in the 60s, there were a lot of guys that followed him around because there were all these young guys who wanted to learn to play blues guitar, but he was like safe. You know, so he would give them lessons for $5, and their lessons would last all day. They would follow him everywhere, and they became very famous musicians, like the lead guitar player for Grace Slick's band, Jefferson Airplane, right, was one of them. But there were so many. Dave Van Ronk, those are just two. A couple of my teachers were students of Reverend Gary Davis, and he was just amazing. So I have a couple of Reverend Gary Davis tunes. And yeah. So this is called Lord Search My Heart. He would, he only wanted to play, he was the band for his church, so he would also separate the bass lines and the melody lines because to teach the choir their parts.
Was he after the Blind Boys of Alabama?
No. I would say they were in the same time period, but he died, they lived longer, although I mean, they're still playing, but I don't know how many of the original Blind Boys there are left. Maybe if I get a chance, I'll do a song that, we'll see. He got discovered in the 60s, and Peter, Paul, and Mary did his tune, I think it was 12 Gates to the City, either 12 Gates to the City or If I Had My, yeah. He wrote that, or at least his version of it, because there were a zillion versions of all these songs. He wrote that, and they were one of the few acts that wanted to do the right thing with copyright. And so they went to their lawyers and said, we need to pay this guy for this song. And so they called Gary Davis in, and they said, did you write this song? And he said, no. And they were like, we don't have to pay him. And then he said, it just came to me. give you a little piece of another Reverend Gary Davis tune. So he stopped playing blues because he had this, encounter with God, but the guys he was teaching only wanted to learn blues, and he would only teach them or play blues if his wife wasn't home and they gave him whiskey. Nickel's a nickel, a dime is a dime. I got a house full of children, not one of them's mine. Tell me, how long must I wait? What can I get you now, or must I hesitate? Man's on the corner with a dollar in his hand, looking for the first woman that's looking for a man. How long must I wait? What can I get you now? This morning about 4:15, hesitation blues was knocking at my door. Tell me, how long must I wait? What can I get you now? Eagle on the dollar says in God we trust. Everybody wants to see that dollar first. How long must I wait? What can I get you now, or must I hesitate? Blues Challenge one year. I went all the way out to Telluride to play 3 songs, and I wanted to play 3 songs that were in 3 different tunings. I was trying them out on my daughter. I said, "What do you think?" She said, "Well, Mom, you can't really tune and it's going to take you a long time to switch between tunings." And I said, "Yeah, but I can tune and talk." She said, "No, Mom, you can't." I wish there was a way to label these. Dang. I used to have, for 10 years, I had fake nails on 3 fingers, and I loved it. They sounded great. Of course, they were ruining my fingernails, so I finally stopped and set lists. It's pretty rare that I actually follow them. Coaches long, 16 coaches long, the train I ride is 16 coaches long. Heard somebody calling me. Somebody calling me, I heard somebody calling me. I'm going down that long and lonesome road. Not that one right out of tune. Okay. So, talking about the Blind Boys of Alabama, actually this song, well, I heard this, I went to see them and I had this CD and there's a song on it called Well, 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 which actually Bob Dylan wrote it with this other guy whose name has escaped me. It's too bad because the other guy wrote all the words. But I had only known it from the Blind Boys of Alabama, and it was, I had this other house and it had a well, and I was renting the house out, and it was the middle of the winter and the middle of the night. It's like the 7th day of the 7th month of the 7th, and it was the middle of the night, and the well froze, and they called me up at midnight, literally. And so I went out there with like a slew of extension cords and a blow dryer. And I'm 6 feet in the ground with the blow dryer with my headphones on, listening to the Blind Boys of Alabama singing, "Dig a hole in the ground." So, okay. Stole the water and swim forevermore. Never reach the land on that golden shore. That faint white light will haunt his heart till he's only a memory in the dark. Well, dig a hole in the ground, straight down to hell, till there ain't no more water in mine. Well, 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 when you're down on your knees, nothing left to sell, try digging a little deeper in that. Well, 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 take care of your body like you care for your soul. Don't go digging yourself into a hole. Before you know the price, you gotta know what it's worth. Air and fire, water and earth. Where dig a hole in the ground, straight down to hell, till there ain't no more water in that. Well, 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 when you're down on your knees, nothing left to sell, try digging a little deeper in that. Well, 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 Thank you. So I have a couple more tunes I'd like to do for you guys. This is in well, I write a lot of songs, and I tend to write in the genre that I play in. And I glean from that tradition. So this is a song that was, well, I had to write it for a song circle where they picked the theme, and you have a month to write a song. And the theme was redemption. So there were 4 of us, and 3 of us had to look up what redemption was. But this is called Redemption Road. it's only gonna get better. Redemption Road. He paid the price to save my soul. Redemption Road. Hallelujah, I'm headed. Trouble in mind, Lord, I won't be on blue always. You know that sun's gonna shine on my back door someday. I'm going down to the river, Lord, I'm gonna bring my own rocking chair. Lord, I'm gonna rock on, darling, out of there. I'm gonna lay down my head on some lonesome railroad line and lay down 219, Lord, ease my mind, worry mine. Give him a piece of my mind. I got trouble, I got trouble, Lord, I got trouble, trouble. But that sun's gonna shine on my back door. I said that sun's gonna shine on my back door. Gonna shine on my back door someday. Thank you so much. So thanks for coming out and listening. I'm Robin O'Haran. It's been a pleasure to be here with you guys. I got CDs, email list, so come on over and say hi, and that's it for today. And thank the Southbridge Cultural Council for making this event possible.